Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Hit the Bid here on April 12th. This is Ty Robbie here through Week 15 Market Watch. Today we're going to run through our charts and see what happened in the markets over the last week and see what we need to be ready for as we head into Week 15. So let's jump in and get started. First on the board today, we got our June live cattle. We did see a slight upside here in this cattle market last week. Prices opening up at some new all-time highs here on Monday for this June live contract. The next couple days, we did see this market just kind of balancing out here in about a $3 range in the mid 240s here. This market failing to produce any sort of meaningful pullback to the averages, just showing good acceptance of these higher prices, as we did see this market hanging out right here at these all-time highs all week long last week. Nice strong finish there on Thursday, spilling over into Friday's session as this market did have a nice push up there towards 250. New all-time high at 249.95 and a close up there near those highs shows these bulls are setting up nicely for more upside in the week ahead. Look for these bulls to get some bids above 250 early tomorrow. Should get that momentum rolling early and keep carrying this cattle market higher. The buyers continue to show their strength here. No sort of meaningful pullback last week. This balance period here just showing that this market buyers are willing to pay up. And nice strong finish there showing that this market isn't really looking for any sort of dips to buy. It's just going to keep on driving this thing higher. If we do get some offers, though, here below 244.75 in the week ahead, that could get that pullback underway, get this thing pushing back down here towards 240. We should see plenty of support down here in between our major averages between 236 and 241. Expect to see good support there if we do in the event of a pullback. However, like I said, these bulls finished last week strong, and we should see them carry that momentum into the new week. This market continues to show lots of signs of strength here. Ever since that reversal above 236.5 back there in late March, we've had about 13-14 bucks of upside straight since, and it doesn't seem like they're slowing down anytime soon. Buyers continue to pay up here, and we expect to see the bulls keep driving this market higher. All signs are looking up. The uptrend remains intact, and we should see cattle prices continue to climb here throughout the month of April. Next on the board, we got our May feeders. This market saw a little less upside last week, but still hanging out up here near 370, showing good acceptance of these higher prices. Same story over here. That reversal in late March has offered some good upside here for this feeder market. Last week, we kind of balanced out here in some ranges on either side of 370 before seeing that nice close last week above 372. Prior week's high at 373.10, just falling short of getting that gap closed from this October breakdown. But once the bulls are able to do that, we expect to see them do that early this week. Bids above 373 will close that gap and have this market targeting these all-time highs at 76.62. With this market balancing out here, this thing was a little bit tighter throughout last week and late week 14, 13. So good balance period here around 370 for about 5-6 days in a row here, showing that these bulls should have some nice momentum to carry this market higher. Any sort of bids above 373 tomorrow should get this market rolling back to those all-time highs. We should see these feeders try and play catch up to that live cattle market. Buyers continuing to pay up for in this feeder market as well. Not getting any sort of pullbacks here, just kind of a nice balance period last week. Showing that good acceptance of these higher prices. The buyers still remain in control here. We got a nice uptrend intact now, and we should see cattle prices continue to climb here in both feeder and live markets. Everything's looking up. All signs are pointing up, and we should see these cattle markets continue to show good strength here throughout the month of April. Look for the upside to continue as we move into week 15. Next up, we got our May corn futures on the board. Over the last month or two here, we have seen a lot of wide ranges and volatility here in this corn market. Pretty sloppy action here between 450 and 470. This market trying to get a run up there at 470, but just failing to get in any sort of meaningful traction above there. Last week, we just saw some steady downside as this market slipped all the way back down there to sub 440 levels. However, we aren't expecting to see any major directional moves for this corn market, as we've seen here for the last 9-10 months or so here. This market has not really gone anywhere, just kind of staying inside the $4 range. We expect to see this action continue. Not a very directional market here at the moment. Even with last week's downside, we expect to see this thing kind of settle back up here towards these averages and keep this choppy conditions continuing here as we move into next week. Anything above 440 should get this market climbing back up here towards the mid $4.50 range, the mid $4 range. Not expecting any directional moves, just a lot more choppy action here. This corn market seems pretty comfortable here, around $4.50, and we expect to see that action continue. Next up, we got our crude oil market on the board. Last week we did open up above 110 and saw some volatility early last week, just coming up here and falling just shy of that prior high back from early March. This market, with that news coming out late on the 7th, had this crude oil market discounting prices about 20%, flushing all the way back down there towards $90 before settling in right around that 20-day average late last week. Balancing out here, in the recent weeks, we have seen good buyer support at that 20-day average, get a nice run back up there into the 115 range. But we'll have to wait and see how the news plays out. We continue to get more developments regarding the Iran situation. So that could continue to create some more volatility for this crude market. Get a nice little pop here to start off the week. If we continue to see good support at that 20-day average, look for the bulls to try and run back up there towards 115. However, we continue to see a lot of selling pressure up here, even in the face of all the uncertainty and volatility. These sellers up here around 115 to 120 still keeping this market capped. So we'll have to wait and see. We're going to need some major escalation to get back above 120 there, but we expect to see more wide ranges here while this Iran situation continues to develop. Look for more wide ranges and volatility in this crude market in the week ahead. Next up, our equity indexes showing signs of life last week. We did see each of our indexes putting in some follow-through days there on Wednesday, which is just a nice strong close on increasing volume here. We did see each of these indexes closing between 2 and 3% higher there on Wednesday. Nice strong finish with above average volume, just putting in a follow-through day, which is usually the first sign you get in a new uptrend or a rally attempt. As long as Wednesday's low holds, the follow-through day still remains intact, and it looks like a time that we could start deploying some capital here and putting money back into the market. However, with those more news coming out of Iran, we could see some more volatility in the week ahead, but we want to make sure that this market is able to defend this low from Wednesday's action. 66.50 here on the S&P will be the line in the sand to beat. This market had a nice strong rally here before balancing out on Friday. Wouldn't be surprised to see some offers below 68.46 early in the week ahead to get this market pulling back to these averages. We should try and find some support here if this follow-through day is legit and we continue to see some good accumulation in the underlying names. We could see this market try and continue to push higher. We want to see this thing continue to hold, like I said, Wednesday's range across each of these indexes. And we could see some meaningful upside here. So be looking out there for some good deals. It's still kind of a mixed bag here in these mega cap names. Some seeing some nice closes above their moving averages last week, but we still got a couple of them that are in confirmed downtrend still. So a bit of a mixed bag still, but if you're selective, there are some spots that are good places to start putting money back to work here. We'll have to wait and see how the news plays out here early next week, but we should see these bulls try and keep this follow-through day intact and get this uptrend rolling. Good rally attempt last week, good upside. We continue to see good signs of life here following all this recent downside. Look for the bulls to try and find support at these averages in the event of a pullback early next week. However, if we get offers and just can keep on ripping here above 68.88, we could just be in the could just see a possibility of a nice V-shaped recovery, which has been very common in recent years. And we could just see this market just take back off to those all-time highs. So we'll have to wait and see how this market opens up and how it digests the news developments over the weekend. But good signs of life here from those buyers, and could be a time to start putting money back to work. So look for this market to try and hold on to these higher prices in the week ahead. If they continue to see good traction, we'll continue to get more invested and deploy more capital, and be a good time to start getting involved for some more upside in this stock market. That's all we got for tonight. Thank you everyone for tuning in today. We will catch you guys tomorrow night for closing comments.